my name is Sam, and thanks for checking out this video. Make sure to hit the subscribe button down below and give the video a thumbs up, and hit the little bell too so you get a notification when I upload new videos on Friday, Tuesday, and Sunday. In the spirit of St. Patrick's Day, first I was like, let's go and see Irish authors that you need to read or want to read or have read, and I was like, that would require an awful lot of Googling, and I really only know of one author that is Irish, or books that take place in Ireland that I own. So I don't know if that I have enough information to do that kind of a video yet, but instead I figured St. Patrick's Day, it's green. I want to find the green books that I currently own and need to read, because in all honesty, as I was pulling them, I've owned most of these for well over a year now. So I do legitimately need to get on them. So the first book that I really need to get to read, and it's honestly kind of embarrassing that I haven't read it yet, but I have never actually read Quidditch Through the Ages. This is from the Hogwarts library kind of box set thing. And I know it's just so small and cute, and that's why I'm always just like, oh, I'll get to it when I have 10 minutes that I need to kill. And I just never actually get around to doing it. So, I mean, I feel like this video is going to be a lot of me being like, I need to do this in 2018, but I already have 2018 goals. So if I don't get to it, maybe I'll just go back on this in December at the end of 2018 and be like, okay, pulling everything from here to do 2019 goals. Now, I think this is one is going to make me get eaten alive, but I've read Percy Jackson, and I read it last May, being like, alright, this is going to be the year you catch up on Rick Riordan. Read Percy Jackson, and just never got back to Rick Riordan. I own the first two Apollo books, and I think at least the first two of the Magnus Chase books. I also own the first and the third book of the Kane Chronicles, too. I legitimately don't know what is holding me from just actually going and reading them. I'm behind on everyone on it, and just, I don't even know what to do with myself. I mean, at least at this point, I've stopped buying Rick Riordan books until I catch up, because it's just gotten excessive. But yeah, I really need to get to the Magnus Chase series. I'm done with Percy Jackson, and I legitimately finished those just so I could be like, okay, move on to Magnus Chase and Apollo, because I know those characters make appearances, and I just have not gotten to it. I need to reevaluate my life. Maybe once 2018 is, about the halfway mark, once I'm done a lot of my rereads, I can start putting this in my TBR. Especially because the covers are so cool, and I love all the mythology and everything in it. But yeah, I really need to get to these books. I also really, really need to get to The Last Romanoff by Dora Levy-Mosanin. I have owned this book for at least 4 years, if not longer. It has moved with me at least 3 times. It's lived in 3 different provinces. I lived in Ontario when I bought this, I'm 99% sure. Then I moved to Nova Scotia for 2 years of grad school, and now I'm in Alberta. I have moved with this, and justified moving with it instead of just tossing it every single time I've moved. And I moved several times whilst in Nova Scotia. I don't know why I haven't gotten to it. I know it's supposed to be kind of like an Anastasia back and forth, and that's why I picked it up. Love Russian history stuff. And then it's just sat on my bookshelf. I don't even know what is wrong with me. I need to legitimately read this. There's just legitimately no excuse. It was published in 2012, and I'm assuming with paperback 2013-ish or so, and I feel like I bought it right around when it came out. So several years. This book has literally basically gone through an undergrad degree, and I still haven't touched it. Jesus, that's so sad. I also really want to try and get to Duels and Deception by Cindy Anstey. I actually own 2 of this author's books, and I have not read either of them. I have this one, and she also has Love, Lies, and Spies or something like that. And I haven't heard anything bad about it. Maybe it's just because I haven't really heard anything about it, period. That it just keeps slipping my mind. But I really want to get to it because I love all the Victorian-y, historical fiction-y stuff. I just haven't gotten to it. And it's kind of blue. I will, kind of give you that. But it's also relatively, there's lots of green aspects of it. And I figured this will fit. Hopefully I can get to it. I think it's supposed to be a Jane Austen-y kind of retelling. I'm not honestly totally sure. It came in a book box. And I just haven't gotten to it. This is another book that I don't even know if it's technically green. But, the spine is greeny, yellowy. I feel like it fits. A Mad Wicked Folly. Once again, Cheryl Biggs Waller. I own at least 2, if not 3 books by her. Haven't read any of them. This is the Kryptonite that is Book Outlet. And I have a feeling I can point to Book Outlet on a lot of the books that I say. I just haven't gotten to it in the last year. I don't even know why I bought it or when I bought it. It's always on Book Outlet. And once again, it sounds totally up my alley. I've heard, like, actually relatively good things about this one, and the author's writing, and I heard, like, good things enough that I bought the other books by her, like, fully knowing, oh, I have this author already, people are saying good things, buy her other books, and at no point was like, girl, don't buy the other books, you haven't read the one book you own. This one I made fit just because the fonting is green, but Unhooked by Lisa Maxwell, because the spine, it's the sparkly part that you read anyways. I don't honestly even remember buying this, but it's got the dash on the top, so it was a book outlet haul, which makes sense as to why I can't remember buying it, because I just shopped on Book Outlet for so many months that, like, oh. And I really do want to get to it because I read The Last Magician by Lisa Maxwell, which has come out, like, after I got this book, and I picked The Last Magician up and read it right away, and yeah, I mean, like, I love retellings. I'm all for, like, the Peter Pan retellings and the Hook retellings a lot of the time, as long as it doesn't have the racism in it, but, like, maybe that's it. I'm just apprehensive to pick it up because I don't like reading all the racist terminologies. Maybe that's it. Oh, I don't even know. But I don't even know if that's what this book has. It's just, oh my good gosh. I also really need to get to How It Went Down by Kekla Magoon. I'm fully aware of why I haven't read this, and I don't like reading books that make me angry or sad or frustrated at the world, and things like this and The Hate U Give and Dear Martin really do that, so I have to be in a very specific mood to actually get myself to finish reading these books without being like, why are people so bad to each other, and throwing the book and getting angry. Like, it's just hard. So I have to be in a very specific mood for these kinds of ones. And I'm hoping now that I have gotten The Hate U Give and Dear Martin kind of under my belt, I can try and, like, do these on, like, a quarterly basis of trying to pick, like, a social justice kind of books. Or maybe that's a 2019 goal. Either way, I'm fully aware of this book, and I'm always conscious of it on my bookshelf. And I keep trying to, like, put it in spots with other books that I know I continuously look at to try and make myself pick it up. But I see it and I'm like, why are people horrible? And then I just never get past that. There's also Half Wild by Sally Green. I have not read this full trilogy, the Half-Blood trilogy. I own all 3 of them. I don't... And their covers are really cool. I know there's, like, witches and that kind of stuff in it. And I've heard, like, the people that have read it that I talked to have actually had, like, pretty legitimately good things to say about it. There's witches, which is always up my alley. And, like, I just don't even know. Like, maybe that's one. Actually, I think this is one that I will be able to, once I'm done all my rereads and everything, to slip in on my TBRs near the second half of 2018. But, oh, I say that, and Lord knows if that's actually going to happen. But I really want to try and get to The Fortune Hunter by Daisy Goodwin. This author has lots of historical fiction novels out. I actually own a physical audiobook for the book Victoria that she has. I just haven't gotten to it. I don't even know why. I think it's just because, like, my love of historical fiction a lot of time gets, like, I end up picking up something that is, like, a fantasy/historical fiction, which I also love, and I just kind of, like, bump this down the list because I'm like, I'm already behind on this author. I'll get to it when I get to it. But I really do hope, but I look at this and I think winter read. But not, like, the end of the winter read, like, the fall turning into winter read. So maybe I'll try and get to this near the end of, you know, October-y, November-ish kind of weather, and maybe I'll have, like, the, no, not reading this historical fiction, I'm gonna read this one kind of attitude, and finally get to it. Kind of like Half Wild, I really need to get to the Ruby Red series. Emerald Green is the 3rd book in it. I have not touched this series. I own all 3 of them. I know there's time travel in it, too. Like, that's my Achilles heel, man. Like, I don't even know why I haven't gotten to it. I just haven't. And I legitimately just, I don't even know what to do with myself anymore. This is actually fair because I only bought this book in the past summer, okay? So I haven't had it for, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March. Oh, wow, no, we've passed into second half of a year. But I own No Good Deed by Kara Connolly. I believe it's supposed to be kind of a Robin Hood retelling with, once again, time or place dimension travel. Just haven't gotten to it yet. Don't even know why. I'm all here for Robin Hood retellings. The only one that I've tried to read was Scarlet by A.C. Gaughan, and I didn't like it. So, like, this is a need that I've clearly stated that I have, and just, I bought it and I haven't gotten to it yet. I really do need to get to this book, actually. I need to try and make myself read this before it hits the 1-year mark. That's my goal. I feel like that will be like a success story for myself. And the last book that is green that I need to read that I own is Sudden Death by Alvaro Enrique. This book, I don't, like, again, it's small, and the concept, every time I read this, I'm like, oh my god, I'm excited for this book. And I just put it down and never get back to it. This was a book outlet pick. However, I consciously put this in a shopping cart after I think I saw, like, Peru's Project on Haul It. And it sounds perfectly, like, made for me. I've actually had several people send me the Goodreads links when they see this book, and then they're like, oh, this is a Sam book. And I just haven't gotten to it. It's like a telling of all of the political things going on through a tennis match between a Spanish poet, a radical Italian artist, Caravaggio, and the Spanish poet Francisco de Cuevo, and they're playing the game of tennis with Anne Boleyn's head as the ball. Like, this is, like, literally, like me. I don't even know what's holding me back. It's not big. It's not a series. I don't even know. Like, I'm fairly certain I will get to in 2018. I just have an inkling for it. But I don't even know why it's taken me this long, honestly, to do that. So those are all of the green books that I own that I really need to get to. I would like to say 2018, but that's not realistic. In the next, like, 12 months or so. Fingers crossed that actually happens. Make sure to check the description box down below for links to all of these books' Goodreads pages, as well as links to my social media. If you follow me, I will follow you back.